Hello, how you doing today again? Welcome to another episode of Ubuntu and Open Source. So, today I wanted to show you my setup of my Freespire 1604. There's some things I learned along the way when using Ubuntu derivatives that I haven't really tried out on all of them. And so when Freespire came out, knowing that it's a Ubuntu build with an XFCE desktop environment, I thought I'd give it a try out. So I moved my panel up here to the top. I kept this application button that was automatically built in. But the plugins or the items in the panel, some of them I added. I added the weather update. I got rid of the clock, the default clock, and used Synaptic to download and install the date time plugin for XFCE. I prefer that one rather than the clock. As you can see, you can customize it quite a bit more. You can change the fonts, change the format that it displays. And you can choose, as you can see, bold. In the fonts, you can choose bold. With my weather plugin, you just go in here, do the configuration, units. Now the default on this one came up Fahrenheit. Usually it's metric, and I have to change everything from Fahrenheit, from inches to from millimeters to inches, and meters to feet, and wind speed I normally need change sometimes, I think. But pretty much this time everything came out American default instead of British or UK default in the metric system, or wherever the default is. Usually I just have to change it. That's my point. I usually have to change my default measure in here. Appearance. I believe the liquid appearance gives the best over simplistic or liquid dark. So I just keep it liquid. Scroll. As you can see, there's a wind speed and a wind direction. That's normally there, and so is the temperature. What I normally end up having to add is just the precipitation. And to do that, you just do the drop down, click on it, and then you hit add. Like where it's highlighted, if I were to add now, temperature would come up again underneath it. Or not. Oh, it did. It came up all the way on the bottom. And that's all you did is hit add. And you can move them up and down and see with these arrows. But I have enough of my readings. Okay. Put it back to where it was. Okay, so here's the indicator plugin, notification, top menu. Top menu was an install I had to do. I just followed some directions on the internet, and top menu came up. Window menu. So for the window menu, it's pretty much this. And as you can see, I set up default for workspace, an office workspace, a www workspace, and a graphics workspace. And so that's what that does. And then the nice single click show desktop. And then our whisker menu. So that's the panel here. There's the top menu, whisker menu. Now what I added was another panel. And in the panel, you can see that there's the trash, workspace, switcher, a directory folder, some resources here, and then quite a few shortcuts or quick launchers. Now this one is not too ordinary. It's actually an application in the XFCE panel. Go to items, it's dockbarx. So this is dockbarx. And what you do, well, what I found I had to do, which was the easiest way, is actually launch the application. Wait for it to come up. Then you see it has a, I see it's the first time launching it. So I'm just going to leave that for right now. What you do with the dockbarx plugin, you right click. Well, it's not going to show it on this one. How about that? So that was not a good example. Well, let's just do the solitaire game. As you can see, it has the name of the application here. You can right click, there we go, and pin application into the dock bar. Now when I close it, the icon, see it, the icon stayed there, and I can launch it from there. It gives me that OS X or Mac 10 feel with the dock on the bottom. Gives me that feel, but is very Linux-like too. Okay, so here's the system load, which would be this over here. Directory menu, which is this right here. Workspace, switcher, and trash. And I had to go all the way. I just felt like I had to put the trash here. And you can see, you can right click and there's nothing in the trash, but you can empty trash from there too. So if I wanted to, I can literally take all my icons off the desktop here. Desktop settings, icons. There we go. Trash, home. Interesting. There they are. There's more. Fascinating. Range icons. We're going to have to see what that's all about. With desktop settings, all the icons I've unchecked, everything should have gone away. There we go. Appearance, none. That works too. And so let's take a look at the workspace switcher. Now what's neat just had to make sure I was switched. As you can see up here, I have my application mouse pad. So not all applications respond to the top menu. LibreOffice doesn't. TextMaker. This is the free version, 2016. WPS Writer doesn't. And neither does Caligua Words. Caligua Words. I guess that's how you pronounce it. But what I like about what I've set up in my preferences for the dock bar let me put this one show visible on all workspaces. So as I switch, you can see. I had to go to advanced and check ignore windows on other view ports or workspaces, or see if I uncheck it, they all come up, or if I check it, only the ones on this workspace will show up. So I could even click on, so this is why I like the workspaces. I can move stuff. I could even drag and drop defaults and bring it over here to me. Or I can just drag it and put it back on that workspace where it was. But as you can see, the icons in this panel here that I created with dockbarx, only the open applications are shown here. You see all the text ones are gone. And if I move to that workspace, all the open windows here are shown to be here. There's my YouTube site. Just wanted to show a little bit of dockbarx in my Freespire setup. Thank you very much.